Monster RX93.1 presents All Out, your daily morning pick-me-up. All out hits, all out celebrity interviews, all out sports and showbiz news. Your hosts, Rico and Karla Aguas.
The beauty of cinematography, man.
Galing.
Yeah. Director.
Yeah.
Because with what you're making kwento, it's like, that sounds like the most like chaotically, awkwardly funny moment, you know? But when you see it translate on big screen, you're like, wow, that's nothing but passion and love and hunger. And it's just like, well, I mean, Derek.
I mean, from pan left to puwet. That was funny, man. Pan left, ay puwet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I have had lots of malfunctions and stuff like that. The latest one was we were doing a scene. I won't na lang name who I was doing the scene with, but funny enough, same director.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was like, Derek, why does this always happen? You know, why does my butt always want to make an exposure when it's you?
You mean it happened again? Your butt?
Yeah, this time we're doing a scene, and you know, we're standing, and the director goes, "Oh, pull the boxers down," and it's just supposed to just pull down a little bit, so that you can see, I guess, the little line, right? But the pants went all the way down. Hey, if the director doesn't shout cut, you continue, right?
Yeah,
So like, oh my God,
you gotta do it.
what the hell? So we had another wet scene there. Yeah.
I love that until the director yells cut, you're there like, dude!
So lahat naging curious bigla, oh. Ano yun? Ano show yun? They're gonna
Oh, biglang lumamig dito. Oh my God.
We got Derek Ramsay talking to us about his memorable film experiences. He's joining us here on All Out. They have a lot of surprises with us. You know, thank you for flexing with us today, man. You know, there's a lot of a great conversation. We're learning.
Yeah, I'm enjoying, guys. Super.
Monster, if you're tuned in, stay with us because in just a bit, since he's talking about leading ladies, we got so many questions about a certain leading lady of his life. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And keep it locked if you're tuned in. Don't forget to check out Facebook as well. Facebook.com/RX931. Tweet us at RX931 as well if you have any messages or questions, or you can comment it on the live. When we return, we talk the leading lady of his life, LLL.
That's coming locked in here on the Monster.
Oh man, that's a good laugh. Oh.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Everyone is freaking laughing over on Facebook Live. I will never look at these movies the same way again. Like, I'm so excited to watch them just to be like, oh my, I know that scene. That's awkward.
Ooh,
yeah. Conversation piece yun when you're watching it. Be like, alam mo ba yung scene na yan?
Well, the second one that was Kasal, and it was with Kylie Versosa, and it was her first. Yeah, it was her first. It was her first time. So you know, I spoke to her in her tent, and she was nervous, and I was like, yeah, that's normal. I'm nervous too. I told her that. And so when we did the scene, she galing. Like, it wasn't like it was her first time. You know, we were like up against the wall and going all out para isang take, kasi isang mahabang take yun eh. And then so I put her up against the wall. And then the director goes, oh, baba mo yung boxers. So binaba niya. And then tuloy talaga niya binababa all the way. I was like, whoa! Okay, we do not go all the way in bed scenes like this.
Pero dire-diretso. Kailangan, di ba? You have to...
You know what? This is where your talent as an actor comes through. Because I feel like if that were me and I were you and she pulled it down all the way, I would have been like... like if the camera's on my face, I would have been like... Wait, what?
So how do you recover?
You know, like when you just like, oh yeah, this is totally part of the scene.
You just think about it. Like if I break character and I just don't continue, it is going to be so hard for me to get back into character after what just happened, right?
So how did you recover? How did you recover from that moment?
I just continued until they said cut, and I pulled my pants right back up.
You should have looked at Kylie like, I'm watching
And
you.
like,
No more of this stuff.
no, we all laughed about it. It was funny, and
Funny.
Kylie was really game. So, and she's doing really well now.
Yeah.
She's doing very well now.
Los Bastardos. You know, Derek, when you became this whole leading man status, and also with the different films that you've done, were there other leading men that you were looking at before, like Richard Gomez, Albert Martinez? Were there a time that you're Christopher De Leon, local wise?
Yeah, most definitely Richard Gomez, because I get compared a lot. They said that a lot of people came up to me and said that I have this Richard Gomez look and vibe, which is a major compliment, man. I mean, one of the biggest leading men of all time, right? But yeah, I have respect for all of them. I don't compete against them. I actually try to learn from them. You know, they all have their different techniques. And not just leading men, actually. For me, kids. Wow, kids are so natural. That's why I observe kids. That's how you should be as an actor. It's just like so normal, the way they act. It's like effortless when you see a child act. And, you know, I'm not a believer na you're a good actor if you can cry. I mean, everybody in Philippine show business can cry, diba? It's like the pastime, yeah. And for me, I've had directors cut me, Derek, kailangan ko makita yung luha, even though it's there. And I always have a debate with them na, Derek, hindi ganyan umiyak ang lalaki. First off, ang natural instinct ng lalaki pag umiyak, takpan ng mukha, diba? You don't want, diba? It's a man thing, diba? If you don't cover your face, if you really go out and all cry na parang just helpless, dapat hindi ka na gwapo. Diba? Meron ba nun gwapo na looks into space? May gumagawa ba nun sa totoong buhay na I feel sad, I'm gonna look up to the sky and let the tear drop from my eye, and then once it gets here, that's when I wipe it off. Diba? Parang
Si Robert Pattinson yan sa Twilight.
Boy, no shade to our new Batman. No shade.
Right. It's all about that.
Matured yet. Derek, you know, you're talking about, of course, like you get tips and you learn from like kids and other leading men, directors, even the leading ladies that you have. How do you deal with the negativity? Because let's face it, part of the territory of being artista is you get some negative comments, you get hate. I mean, people are like, you can't even act, bro, or like, what are you doing? How do you deal with that? Especially now at a time where, let's face it, people are bored and they will find ways to put somebody else down or see the negative in somebody's life. How do you personally deal with hate and negativity?
I mean, tell me about it. That's so true. But I live my life not trying to please everyone. I am, you know, I stay true to myself. Like me or dislike me. If you dislike me, I have no hate against you. If you want to express your dislike towards me, I'll accept it if it's put in a diplomatic or, you know, if it's constructed well. Not as in attacking, diba? Ang baho, ang pangit. You just show how, you know, your true colors by being like that. Why not just say what you want to say in a, even though if it's against me, you can say it naman in a, you know, in a proper way.
Yes.
Diba? Derek, I don't think your performance was good enough here. Cite it. Diba? Pero kung if your attack is para kang ewan umarte, parang how can you respect that or diba? That's not an opinion anymore. Eh. So for me, it's simple. I just don't focus on that. As long as I have people who are loving me, people who are, you know, expressing otherwise, like good vibes and applauding what I'm doing, yeah, I'll focus on that. But with that said, you should also give attention to that negativity because you can learn from that. That's why I say, if it's constructed well, I read it. You know, you can see naman with the first 3 words, di ba? Or
Kung
if
ano
it's
kung-
words, di ba?
Yeah,
Kapag,
kung ako hindi.
don't bother finishing the sentence. I don't bother reading it. I don't even block people. You know that? I allow them to do these things. Very rare do I block people kapag if they attack family na and stuff like that, or if it's not me na. That's when I start blocking people.
Kasi pag binlock mo kasi parang alam nila that we're bothering him. Diba? They're getting to you. So parang okay, dead ma lang.
Yeah, but it's just sad, no? That it's evident now in our society where we just continuously look for negativity. It's like in the news, negative. It's like, or if someone does something positive, we look for something negative about it. Can I just share? You remember the Tulfo thing with Miss Yolanda, where this woman, she came to Tulfo show asking for help because she wanted to go back to her country. She was brought in as a maid, and then she wasn't taken care of, and she needed help to go back to her country, but she didn't have her passport. She didn't have any money to go back. So tinulungan siya ng show. And then she asked, if there's one thing else we could help you with, what would it be? And she's like, oh, I'd love to meet Derek Ramsay. So they called me and I said, yeah, sure. So I spoke to her and I said, you know what? I'd love to meet you before you go. And they contacted me and they said, were you serious? I'm like, of course. She goes, yes, if she wants, she can come to my house para hindi magulo, para I can give her my time lang, diba? Baka sa labas, I can't give her my full attention. I didn't know, okay, na she was gonna get all glammed up and they were going to make it like a whole date story. Yeah, a date thing. My whole thing was, I invited her into my home. I just don't invite strangers into my home. But she was such a sweetheart, and it was her wish before she goes back to her country. It would be nice to show a good gesture before she goes back. You know, she'll spread that about Filipinos in her country. Diba? Especially coming after a traumatizing thing na hindi siya inalagaan. Baka pag umuwi siya ng Uganda, kung ano-ano sabihin tungkol sa bansa natin. So I opened up my house and then Andrew's like, you know what? That's so nice. I'll cook for you guys. So she cooked. And ako, I'm not going to pretend to be somebody. I'm going to be me. It's my house. So I was wearing a hat like this, like how I'm with you guys now. This is how I am. This is my personality. Pagdating, naka full gown and all of that. And you know, she walked in, she saw me, she hugged me, and we spoke for much longer than was scheduled. We had dinner, we spoke for like an hour and a half over dinner, and then we went outside and we spoke outside again for another half an hour, and then she left. And then when this aired, I got so much bashing because of what I was wearing.
Na hindi ka raw nakabihis, hindi ka raw...
Hindi ko naman binigyan ng importansya si Miss Yolanda, si Miss Uganda, that it was so disrespectful of me to be dressed like that in front of her when she went out and made such an effort. And I was like, is this really what, you know, how society is already? Talagang hahanapan nyo pa ng masama.
Which is a good gesture. You have any message for those people? If you want to send that one, you know.
Peace. God bless you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great gesture though. You did, man. You know, big ups, dude.
Thanks, man.
We can never take that away from you. You went in there, good intentions, pure heart. Like, people will always have something to talk about. Like, they will always find something to talk about. And the people who know the least always have the most to say. So it's like...
Exactly. That's why don't don't try to impress. Don't try to make everyone love and like you. Just be yourself and let those who love and like you, give them importance.
Yeah.
You know, and don't hate the haters. Just let them be. Diba? And yeah, that's the advice also I give Andrea. I've told her because she gets affected before, and I told her, babe, do not try to make everybody love you. Just being who you are, so many people already love you. Just focus on that. And yeah, she's doing that, and she's thankful nga to me for saying that to her. She feels so much better, and that was passed down to me by my dad. My dad just always told me that, Derek, focus on the people who appreciate you.
Oh, speaking of your babe. Oh, ito na yung sorpresa ha. In 2 minutes, the big surprise, the reveal is gonna come in, Derek, and we're gonna interview you guys a little bit, a few questions, a little bit. Maraming kinikilig. Everybody's waiting. Who will pop next to you? We will see. But that's all right. That's coming up. Hold on. Give me 2 minutes.
Derek, by the way, can you say hello to Nida Martinez? She has the biggest crush on you. She's the mom of one of our awesome listeners. She loves you. Her name is Nida Martinez.
Mida, I love you. Mwah. Hope to meet you.
Yeah, Nida Martinez. Nida, oh, ayan na. Monique, hopefully you're happy. That's so cute. Oh, I'm so ready to meet her. Rico, I'm ready.
Bago natin makilala yon, Derek, we all know it already. Pero message mo muna sa mga broken-hearted, Derek.
Oy.
Go, it's your chance.
Broken-hearted.
Hindi maka-move on ng mga tao. Go ahead.
Nako, guys, how do you say it? We're all built to love. So never give up on love. You know, love is not just all butterflies. Love is also pain. I wrote something before when I was younger. It goes something like this. What is love? Is love the feeling that no one can explain? Or is it the emotion that causes so much pain? So it works hand in hand, guys. And pag nakaramdam ka ng sakit, there's going to be times where you're going to feel, so much better. You'll feel like you're in a better place. We're all built to love. You're always going to fall in love somehow, not just romantically. Without this, the world would come to an end. Diba? So for all those who are heartbroken, lift up your chin, lift up your hearts, and always know that there's going to be somebody who's going to love you, and you're going to love again. It's not the end of the world.
We're going to bring you on the radio now, okay? We're going to bring you in live for this one once again.
Teka lang, is she there na?
Yeah, I think she's here. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, for those tuning in, it is Fantastic Friday here on Monster RX93.1. We've been flexing with Derek Ramsay. Check out facebook.com/RX931. Let's bring him back. Derek, what's up, Derek?
Teka, kinikilig ako
Don't be like that.
Ito na.
Hindi, guys, alam mo bakit?
Why?
We haven't seen each other. Talagang from day one of quarantine, di kami nakikita.
Huh?
Yes. Kasi she lives with her parents, and her parents medyo matanda na. My parents matanda na. We don't want to risk getting them sick. So we've been following the rules. Wala. As much as we want to see each other, we said no.
Oh, let me send her the link. I don't think I was able to send her the link. Hold on, okay?
Magde-delay ka pa. Oh my gosh.
Derek, kala ko katabi mo siya eh.
Hindi ko siya katabi. Ikaw talaga.
Oh my God. I'm so ready. Wait, so how do you guys, since, you said it yourself, you haven't seen each other during this whole ECQ. There's so many couples right now that are also not seeing each other. They're in separate houses. How do you guys like keep the fire alive? Like, what have you guys been doing? Do you have
Yeah, that's challenging.
Do you
It
have
is challenging. It is challenging, but
talk all the time? Like, how do you guys do this? Like now with this whole ECQ.
no, we balance that, you know.
Mm.
Like I said, diba, she lives with her family, so I don't want to take up all of her time. But when I wake up in the morning, first thing we do is always greet each other. You know, we talk for a bit. Hi, hello, how was your sleep?
Mhm.
Cuento if there's anything, and then we go and have breakfast and lunch, and then we'll talk again in the afternoon when we're going to work. We work out together.
Mhm.
So it's actually funny because we can't really see much of each other with the different exercises that we're doing, but at least we can motivate each other. We hear each other, so we push one another. You know, hearing her like going like nahirapan helps me get one more rep in. Sadista ba ako, you know? Nahirapan siya, buti nga. But you know, we help each other. We work out every day. Some mornings we do yoga together, which is so difficult for me. And then I give her time to spend time with her family. And then before we go to sleep, we talk again and say good night. So it's really balanced. I'm so thankful that there is video calls, you know, today. Because imagine if this was during our day when wala talaga. That would be so difficult, diba?
Ano lang yun, from before, Skype ang style nun, and it would be tough, right? It would be, it's not, everybody got data as this time, as they say.
Correct, yeah. So, you know, she makes me cuento if she watched what she watched on Netflix. I suggest some stuff. So we support each other like that. And the cool thing is she also talks to my parents every day.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
That's important. That's important.
It's so important. That's why this is the difference of this relationship from all my other relationships. All my relationships were great memories and no regrets. They all have, you know, a special place in my heart. But what I'm trying to say is this is the first relationship. Parang there's no effort of the families getting along or introducing that special person to your family. It's like just happened naturally and it's just going so smoothly. It's unreal, you know. And like you said, it is so important. And for me, I'm such a family guy. That's so important for me that they get along. And I think they talk pa nga more than me, or sometimes nauuna pa nga si Andrea to tell me about what's happening with my mom. You know, and my mom is my mom is one of those who've been hit hard by quarantine. She suddenly turned into like a quarantine model. She has outfits for the day, 3 or 4, and she models and takes photos all around the house. And Andrea sends it to me, and it's just so cute. My mom's so cute. You have to see her, and she's such a fashionista, you know.
Face it, your
And
parents
that's what great thing about my mom. She's such a fashionista, and it's not branded stuff, you know. It's just she knows how to work it and put the with it, you know, because she's a businesswoman. She's hustle and bustle, you know. She's always out there doing something. And now, because of quarantine, she's cooking, and she never cooks. And she's modeling, she's taking pictures, and she's camera shy. So
that's cool.
It's funny.
Wait,
I think she's trying to hook up na, guys.
All Out with Rico and Karla. All Out music and all out fun. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. only on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1.